Thank you so much for tuning in to She Loves Thee 2025 SWAC Media Day. I am here with Alcorn State head coach Cedric Thomas. Welcome to the live. The segment is going to be Brave Talk with Alcorn State head coach Cedric Thomas.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for coming on today. How you feeling first and
Blessed.
foremost?
I'm blessed.
Blessed. Okay.
Amazing event.
So first start off by asking you a couple questions about you building off of last season's. You had some games where you did really well and were dominant, and then you had some other games that you were working with. What have you done in that locker room to basically bolster the beefing up your guys a little bit more and getting some taller guys? Because I guess on another podcast you had talked a little bit about 20 pounds too light and 4 or 5 inches too short. So have you went and got those guys that you think can equalize and make you dominant again in the SWAC?
Yeah, we have. The coaching staff did an amazing job. They in summer right now. And so when you watch those guys and I look at them, I go back to last year's roster and then I just do the height and weight comparison. And then I also take Jackson roster and I take Southern roster from last year to see how we, is it compatible? Those are the champions. And I'll be sitting here foolish, not want to mimic the champs. And so when I look at those rosters and I take our guys that's in for the summer now, outside of the skill set, we know the height and weight, it's formidable, and that's what we want. We get paid to coach, we get paid to put our kids in the best position to be successful. But we're not looking at football games that we lost because of X and O's. More so in those 2 or 3 big games, we kind of got pushed around, and so the coaches did an amazing job doing that. The administration did an awesome job by letting probably 36 kids get in at mid-year, and that's a testament to the 948 APR that we have. And so all those things worked in our favor. And so those guys are there this summer, and we're excited about, being bigger and better.
All right. You that sounds like you have something brewing over there on the reservation. So in other words, you gotta watch. You have Jacorian Sewell and Gideon Spotsville that you bought for SWAC Media Day. Can you talk a little bit about those 2 gentlemen and what they bring to your team?
Just toughness. Toughness, even on those dark days, the debacle we had against, you guys, man. I mean, those were leaders that got in the weight room, in the spring, and used that as fuel to their fire. Guys that didn't turn down the smoke. They compete every day. They academically doing the things that we expect them to do in the classroom, but on the football field, really good football players. And so they are leaders. You can't never replace a 44 in Malachi Bailey, but you just got to do it, as a group. And I think those 2 guys, kind of set the cornerstone for what we want to be and what we want to do going forward.
Okay. So I told you yesterday about our little game that we're going to play. So let me go ahead and pull that up. So the first one we're going to do is start, bench, cut. We got Roy Nell Young.
Oh, man.
We got Anais Williams. And Lim Barney. So who out of those 3, who are you going to start?
I'm starting Ronell Young. Yeah, I'm starting Ronell Young.
And who do you plan on benching?
I'm going to bench Aeneas.
You going to bench Aeneas? You going to cut Lim Barney?
I'm going to bench Aeneas.
He said he's going to cut Lim Barney, y'all. All right. Let's do the wide receivers.
This is good.
So we got Jerry Rice from Mississippi Valley State University.
Yeah, I'm going to start Jerry.
You going to start Jerry? Off the rip. You ain't even let me read all of them. You just said there's no comparison. All right. So we got Jimmy Smith of Jackson State and Charlie Joyner of Grambling. So who do you plan on benching and cutting?
I'm going to bench Jimmy Smith.
Okay. And so you're cutting Charlie Joyner.
Yeah, I watched Jimmy Smith for a bunch of days in Jackson score a lot of touchdowns.
All right. Okay. And then I have a couple more questions. These are just basically like, they're supposed to be rapid fire questions, but they might be not as rapid because I'm doing it off of the dome.
All right.
Okay. So do you blitz on third and long, or do you do zone coverage?
Both.
You can do both.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can't.
You can do a mix.
Yeah, TC Taylor too smart, man, for you to do one thing all the time.
So yeah, he said he's doing both. Um, let's see, run first identity or pass heavy swagger for your offense this year.
This year we'll throw the football a lot more.
You're gonna throw the
you mark my word on that.
field goal to win or a 2-point conversion to seal it if you're in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left.
We're going for 2.
Ooh. When you do a coin toss, do you receive or defer?
I want to defer. I want to always play defense first.
Day game or night game?
Ooh, that's a good one. I like the night, the pageantry, but man, it takes so long. You lose your night. I like the day because you get to enjoy the night. But just playing, I'd rather have a night game. It ain't nothing like up under the lights.
Call the last play of the game or trust your offensive coordinator / defensive coordinator. Oh wait, I heard you was gonna be the. You call it. You doing? No, you're not. Okay.
This thing ain't going like I wanted.
Okay. Okay. So are you gonna call the last play? Or you're gonna trust your offensive coordinator / defensive coordinator?
This year? Or you just saying in general?
No, like
this year too.
No, just I'm just saying, like, if it's the last, we're doing just
okay.
It's
I trust them.
You're gonna trust them.
Trust my OC to DC.
You're gonna trust them. Yeah. Okay. It's game day decision. In game decision, right?
Yeah, and year 2.
Okay.
It makes a difference.
Last question, because I don't want to keep you all day long, but do you offensively? I mean, most coaches, they're not really going to tell you anything. But offensively, you have, is it Jeremiah? Is it, or not Jeremiah? I'm sorry. Coach Gales, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit about your offense this year? Mr. Ford, he's a SWAC historian, but he seems to think your defense there's no problem on the defense. You've got defense covered. And so he wants to know about your offense this year, your offensive identity.
Yep. So we'll be multiple. And you can go back to our days the second year at Pine Bluff. This year will be totally different. I didn't go in, last year and just deplete the roster. You got to think we lost a lot of production the year before on the offensive side. And so I wasn't going to go in and just, get rid of those guys and hit the transfer portal tough. But all those guys are returning. They was just small, good football players that we now got to move into the slot. Mako gonna do a really good job for us. Amarion gonna do a good job. Damon, and so we just had to go out and get some bigger guys. Jarvis Rush, an Akron transfer, about 6'3", 6'4". Nico Sander, for 6'4" kid on the edge. And so when I go back and I watch all the film, the plays are there. It's just we got to execute, and we had to get a bigger. It's hard to get off Rob McDaniel type players when you got small slots that can't create separation. So regardless of who the offensive coordinator is, you can't. There ain't no plays open, and so we had to go get a bigger product and a better product. And I thought the coaches did a really good job of it. So you'll see a multiple offense that's going to really put the ball in the air a lot more.
I think that answered all the questions that I had. I want to thank you so much for coming here and doing the interview with me. And good luck on your season, Coach.
I appreciate it. Appreciate what you're doing for the conference.